have we lost the thread over at Veg News? Have we lost the battle? Like, do you see a picture of an animal on here at all? Like, or just not even a picture of a dog or a cat? Oh, wait, there's a pig. California's Prop 12 is now in effect. Here's what it means for your food. This is January 16th. Not bad. So one, let's find out Veg News. Prop 12 is now in effect. Here's what it means for your food. Oh, I remember this. 2018, passed in 2018, is now in effect in California, but it could change animal lives everywhere. Around 125 million pigs are raised in the U.S. for meat. 125 million pigs are raised in U.S. for meat. Got it. 125 million in the U.S. According to the Animal Welfare Institute, most of them are raised in barren and industrialized conditions, and many pregnant females are confined to cramped metal gestation crates. Okay, we know about that. California, things are improving. In 2018, a law was passed for the first time that would help to establish minimum space requirements for animals, including egg-laying hens, mothers, pigs, and veal calves. But the law, which is called Proposition 12 and is now in complete effect across California, is going to change many animals' lives far beyond the state, because this is one of my favorite things. See, it was called the factory farm ban, and when you voted it was saying 62% of California voters got it. That's a landslide. Banned the sale of eggs and veal from animals in extreme confinement since 2022, but pork producers were given until the 2023 to sell non-compliant products. Interesting. But here's the other thing. No pork produced from pigs in extreme confinement can be sold in California. See, that's the big deal, is that California banned factory farms. Okay, so what does that mean? They didn't really ban factory farms. They banned the super ultra confinement. So, but what that means is California also has the largest market. So since California's got such a big population, pork, pigs, pig flesh, the flesh of a pig being sold across state lines, if that farm also doesn't follow Prop 12 requirements, cannot be sold in California. That's a big friggin' deal, because if you're trying to sell pigs from, I don't know, Nebraska, I don't know, where's a big pig? Iowa, Ohio, anywhere where they're killing pigs. If you're trying to sell those pigs in California where all the money is, because that's where people buy pigs, you have to, in pig flesh, you have to adhere to the laws in California. Bam! And then it went all the way to Supreme Court and it was defended, because I remember that was the big deal, because since the federal government actually is the one that regulates interstate commerce. We were worried that it would be declared unconstitutional, but it wasn't. The case was made its way to the Supreme Court in the United States, but luckily for the animals, the court voted to uphold the law. It is now completely in effect across California. Bam! See, the Supreme Court, even though Supreme Court is conservative and shitty, part of what conservative shitty judges want is state power. So every single time they try to infringe on state power, they start looking like hypocrites. So for example, in Colorado, they're trying to take Donald J. Trump off of the ballot. Well, that's a state issue, but the federal United States Supreme Court is trying to get him. Well, they're going to hear it. They're going to hear the case. We don't know what's going to happen. But it's interesting, because since they're conservative, if they stuck to their conservative ideology, they would stay state right. They say that's a state right. Federal government's got nothing to do with it. But their boy Donald Trump wants to make an exception about state rights, doesn't he? So what are they going to do? Big question. But for the animals, it happened. I think it's kind of cool. I'm not a welfareist, but when I see things like this happen, I think it's worth. I'm glad that Veg News actually reported on it. Other states are introducing their own animal welfare regulations too. After the Supreme Court ruling, the wheels are now turning in Massachusetts. Question 3, for example, which also imposes housing requirements for animals. Okay, so all of these animals will still be murdered, will still be destroyed, and will still be abused, and will still be enslaved, and all of that. But there is one tiny thing. At least the gestation crates will no longer be there, and we will have some animal welfare. I'm not I'm an abolitionist, but I think we could still celebrate victories along the way. So I think this is a good thing. I think that what should happen, if we keep on going down this road, the price of flesh will get higher. It'll be higher, and only the rich will be able to afford the taste of flesh. Oh Bartleby, oh humanity. Yeah. Your food, WTF, and pictures of pigs, huh? Not very vegan of them. I know, exactly. Veg News, what are you going to do? I always have a problem with veg. I wish that I want to write a column for Veg News. Wouldn't that be fun? I can write the animal. Why can't we have an the abolitionist column? Hey, that could work. If I was a pig, I would want a little less suffering, says Vegan Bambi. Yeah, I know. It's just a hard road. Like I always say, I don't want to fight for welfare. I feel like it's a division of labor thing. Some of us have to be talking about veganism. Go vegan, you friggin' pieces of garbage. Wake up call, go vegan. Wake up, go vegan. I mean, I'm staying at a hotel called Sparks by Hilton, and I'm actually kind of happy. So they do breakfast at these hotels, and I go down and they've got bagels and they have cream cheese, but it's not like they don't have eggs and bacon and sausage. I hate going to a hotel and waking up and smelling the rotting cooking flesh. I hate it. That's what I normally get. That's what I normally get is the smell of rotting cooking flesh every morning when I go downstairs at these hotels. But now they're just doing bagels, and I'm like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. And I got an orange, a Florida orange. I always think it's nice to try to get local produce, And I go, hey, is this a Florida orange? They go, yeah, it's a Florida orange. But is this orange from Florida? Formulations like that only add to already bad indoctrination. I agree. I mean, what this is Veg News. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, what it means for your food. What does that mean? It's not your food. God damn. But I think in Veg News it doesn't mean anything. But we're at a pivotal moment in pushing for animal protection and animal rights. It later adds, more than ever, PETA and our supporters must advocate for a world in which animals are never confined on factory farms or butchered in slaughterhouses in the first place. There you go. That's something that's great from PETA article. The Supreme Court's ruling to uphold California's Proposition 12 does nothing to end the extreme cruelty inherent in today's factory farming and slaughterhouse industries. You see? Doesn't do anything to save animal lives. It's not surprising that animal activists see it simply as not enough. Of course, I don't think it's enough, but I take it for what it's worth. It's something. 62% of Californians voted for this. That's a good sign. Can we have 62%? I voted for it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Vote against it? So, I mean, I voted for this because when you put something like this on the ballot, yes, I'm voting yes. The only question is yes or no. You gotta say yes or no. If it's between yes, it's yes, they get more space, and no, they don't. I'm saying yes. So, this is real world politics, It's unfortunate that we aren't doing enough. Maybe one day, you and I together will do enough together.